Ohayo.
Welcome to So Japanese, a podcast about all things Japan from a
Japanese
and foreign perspective. We are your hosts. My name is John.
My name is Ryusuke.
Thank you for joining us today.
ありがとうございます。
Before we start today's episode, if you don't know, we have a Patreon where we offer our street level Japanese long format podcast. Twice a month, 2 episodes, you for $3. So please, if you're enjoying the street level Japanese episodes, or if you just want to support us, head over to our Patreon. The link is in our profile.
はい。
If you don't want to be a member, you can also donate to us through Buy Me a Coffee. The link is also in our bio.
Yeah.
So today's episode,
はい。
I guess it's a good time for this episode. We're going to talk about Sakura, cherry blossoms.
Sakura.
So today's episode is facts about Sakura. When this podcast comes out, maybe they've already bloomed.
I think so. But, because it's Japan, right?
Maybe near the end, maybe in Hokkaido it's still blooming by the time this comes out. But because of a warm March this year, cherry blossoms are blooming. I think it was an average of 10 days earlier than normal.
Yeah.
So in Tokyo, March 14th, they were already in bloom. So, and if you want to listen to a podcast about Hanami, do's and don'ts, etiquette, how the Japanese celebrate springtime, check out that podcast.
Yeah. The spring
Like
Japan
Hanami in Japan or
episode.
something like that.
Yeah.
But
there's a if you go YouTube and then there's a Sakura thumbnail. Yeah. And then we talk about more like a specific, like how we drink under the tree type of stuff. Yeah.
So the first fact is that for the Japanese, cherry blossoms symbolize renewal.
Oh, yeah.
I guess when spring starts is when
Everything starts. School starts. That means someone start working in a new company.
Okay.
Like Japan, the start season is April. It's not September.
So when you see cherry blossoms falling on the ground, does it bring you back to like going to school?
I mean, more like when I see the Sakura.
It means like school's gonna start.
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's actually really good feeling though, because like it's kind of nervous.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
To start something new, it's always nervous. But because of like when you see Sakura, the cherry blossoms, it's nice and like white, pink everywhere. But obviously, because it's spring, so you start feeling more warm. That's also help us to, all right, let's do this. Yeah.
So yeah, because of the short nature of the bloom, like 1 week, I think.
1 week, yeah.
It symbolizes like the fleeting nature of life. You should appreciate every moment, or beauty doesn't last forever.
I guess Japanese people love this type of like a small
Poetic
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Japanese, I feel like as a culture, you think about death. So I guess the cycle of life is always in your mind, right?
And then even like when the cherry blossom, the palette start like falling down.
Petals.
Petals falling down. That means like they're losing flowers. Some people also say that's also beauty.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Japanese appreciate the beauty of all stages of the tree, right?
Yeah.
Or they even appreciate winter, right? They just appreciate all stages of life, whatever life brings, right? Traditionally, historically, cherry blossoms would signal to the farmers.
Yeah.
All right, let's start
working. Yeah. That
Start
also makes sense.
planting. Yeah. And then you mentioned when we were researching this that because they believe there was gods living in the tree, that the amount of flowers kind of symbolized how good your harvest will be as well.
Yes. Yeah.
They used it to predict how the year is gonna go.
Yeah. That's really.
I feel like all like countries that started based on agriculture has some kind of like
something like we're gonna harvest more this year, like more rain, or
like Groundhog Day is something like that, right?
Groundhog Days.
You never heard of Groundhog Day?
No.
You lived in Canada for so long. Sorry, yeah, I'm bad too. I don't know when exactly Groundhog Day is.
I don't feel so bad.
Groundhog Day, maybe at the start of winter, end of fall. So it's not science, but I don't know how it started. I'm guessing it's like some kind of farm thing. But groundhogs, it's an animal.
Yeah.
Right. So
they're here, right?
Yeah,
Toronto.
They have them here. And then if once they come out, from their hole, and if they see their shadow, it represents, or it's the other way around. If there is no shadow, or if they don't see a shadow, it represents like there's gonna be like 6 more weeks of winter, or so. It's to predict whether or not it's gonna be a long winter.
So there's someone stay in front of the hole.
I think like a lot of like news channels make a thing out of it, right? Like they put cameras out early in the morning, hoping to catch when the groundhog comes.
Yeah.
And if there's a shadow, or if not, I'm not sure the details.
My
but
gosh.
it's not science. It's,
yeah.
It's like a farming thing.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyway, so cherry blossoms. The next thing is there's hanami. So hanami is, I guess, is it a party festival? Ritual? Party. Get together.
Yeah.
A reason to get together underneath the cherry blossom trees, eat, drink. It's a family thing. It's a work thing. It's a thing every Japanese person does, no?
Yes. Yeah.
Do some people not do hanami?
I mean, there's some people has no time to do it, but I would say at least once they go see cherry blossom somewhere, and then they might gonna bring one can of beer, and they might gonna drink under the tree. They wanna feel it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's hanami.
So hanami, there's also a night hanami too.
It's like all day long. You start like daytime, but you keep going nighttime.
And the late night picnics are called yozakura.
Yeah. Yo means night.
The last time I was in Japan before COVID, we went to Himeji Castle for nighttime viewing. They shined all the lights on the trees, and against the castle walls, they projected like more.
It's beautiful, no?
Things. Yeah. Especially in front of a Japanese castle.
Yeah.
That's just a Japanese vibe, right?
Yeah.
You can't get more Japanese than that.
With Sakura. Perfect.
Exactly. Like, I don't know how to make that more Japanese. Maybe
so
it's like sumo
Instagrammable.
I don't even know how. But yeah, so the ritual of doing hanami started in the Heian period.
Yeah.
Where they would just have feasts underneath the trees.
Yeah.
And then the celebration started like with the imperial family, but eventually everyone started doing it, right?
But then the hanami, back then, they start watching plum blossoms.
Okay. Very similar look.
And cherry blossom, actually, like we had a few cherry blossom, I think, back then, long time ago. But the plum, they import from China, like 700, about 700. and then all for like it gets popular for like rich people.
Okay.
So then that's how they start watching the plum blossom and then enjoying the fragrance, and then they lead some short song, like a poem.
Okay.
And then that's how they started. But then at some point they switched to Sakura. I guess because a couple hundred years later, this governor, they stopped communicate with China. So there's no more
Plum blossoms.
plum. And then I think also because they realize Sakura is more traditional
Okay.
in Japan, so they start like
Cultivating the sakura more.
exactly. Yeah. And about 1500, this shogun, how to say shogun in English? I forgot. Like a king.
Yeah,
That
something
time.
like that.
Yeah. Toyotomi Hideyoshi Toyotomi, he decided to have a big hanami, about 5,000 people, including him and then bunch of like very famous, historically famous people, Masamune Date, Ieyoshi Tokugawa, those people, he brought everybody to this mountain called Yoshino. It's in Nara. They have already bunch of sakura, but he bring 1,000 more sakura tree with them
Like planted it?
and planted it
Okay.
because he wanna have big hanami. But then this in the mountain they start rainy and won't stop for 3 days.
Okay.
And then in this mountain, because it's spiritual mountain, there's a monks. The Hideyoshi told them, you guys need to pray to stop this rain
Okay.
now. Otherwise, I'm gonna burn all this mountain. So
Motivation.
yes. So all the monks start pray hard to please stop rain, please stop rain.
Yeah.
And next day, it gets nice and blue sky.
Wow.
So he believed that the power of
Of what he says or monks?
no power of the God.
A god.
Believe more, and he gets so happy.
Yeah.
So he enjoying with like 5,000 people and like over 1,000 of sakura cherry blossom. And this party goes all day long for like 5 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Coachella.
yeah. Yeah. So this is the, I think, biggest history of hanami, and then kind of brings to the hanami now.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I got.
Side note, because you're mentioning the shogun's name, when you meet a Japanese person here, you've never met them before, but you know they're Japanese. How do you introduce your name?
My name?
Yeah. Do you go like I'm Yamanaka Ryusuke, or do you just say I'm Ryusuke?
Depends on the person.
Okay.
If they're like yes.
If they're like older?
No.
No.
How long they've been here? If
you don't know, but you don't know.
Then I go my first name.
So okay, to show that you've been here long enough where
for me it's more like to respect this person, even though Japanese, I believe in that they're being here long enough.
Oh, so that like we don't have to do the Japanese formalities.
Exactly.
But if a person you think they're just on holiday,
then I definitely go Yamanaka desu.
Okay. How about in like professional settings?
Yamanaka desu. Depends on the person who this sales rep coming from.
Sales. What if it's not a sales rep? Just like
it's so
okay,
specific.
but so you don't say Yamanaka Ryusuke, just Yamanaka?
Yamanaka desu or Ryusuke desu.
Okay, so never both.
No.
Interesting.
No.
Interesting.
I think my name especially
Yeah.
is too long to say. Yamanaka Ryusuke desu.
It just sounds more polite. It's longer.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, you will follow their lead. If they say, I'm Yamanaka, then you would say your last name first.
Yeah. That's how I know too. Because long enough, normally they say first name.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Another thing about names, I noticed when the Chinese first immigrated here, or like now this wave of Koreans, that they're born with, their Chinese name or the Korean name, but when they move here, they choose an English name,
yes.
a Western name, right?
Yeah.
The Japanese people don't do that.
We don't do it. Only
if they were born here.
If they're born here, or if
their parents might have given them,
grow up here,
like me, right? Like,
and then they have. Normally they have, yeah. But otherwise, I only know one person who using English name, and it's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because I mean, and also to me, it doesn't match with you.
Okay. Well, a lot of the names, like, they choose it when they move here.
Exactly.
Right? It's like, it's a weird concept of like giving yourself a name. Right?
Yeah.
Names are always given to you, right?
Yeah.
But maybe I think if, for example, Japan opened up and allowed people to get citizenship abroad, maybe there will be that change where they think, Japanese people will think, oh, I can change my name. Because I just don't think there's enough migration yet.
That's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because
they know ultimately they're going to go back to Japan.
Yeah.
Maybe with like new immigrants to new countries, they don't plan to ever go back. So I better assimilate. And also maybe they think that my name is hard to pronounce for Westerners.
Yeah, that's my name.
Yeah, right.
Like if I go coffee shop and then they ask like, can I ask your name? Sometimes I use my girlfriend's name.
Okay.
If we are together.
Easier.
Sometimes I say Ray.
Okay.
R-A-Y.
Interesting.
Sometimes I try Ryu and then they go.
They don't even know how to spell that.
Exactly.
They wouldn't know.
That's why I go R-Y-U.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to give yourself a name, it would be Ray?
I mean,
because it sounds
instant.
Similar?
I don't want Ray.
Have you ever thought about?
Yeah, many times. But
really?
I never get my English name yet. I don't know what to say. I even think like Mike, David.
That's so hard. I can't imagine you as a.
You need to call me Mike today.
As a Ray, maybe just because it's short and it's like sounds like Ryu. I don't know.
Still, Ryu is good.
Yeah. But I'm sure a lot of people say Ryu.
Yes.
Right.
And that's okay enough for me.
Okay, that's good enough. All right.
Yeah.
So the city with the most cherry blossoms in the world, you would think would be in Japan.
Yeah, everybody think.
But no.
Oh my gosh.
It's in the States. And not even Washington, D.C.
Okay.
It's in Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
They have over 350,000 Yoshino cherry blossom trees. That's 90 times the amount of the of that of Washington, D.C. So apparently, like a guy from there, a realtor, went on business to Washington, D.C. And saw all these cherry blossoms. Wow. He also had one in his backyard. So he's like, yo, I want to make
like this.
I guess he fell in love with them and he wanted to make his hometown have all these trees.
Then he made 90 times more than Japan?
No, of Washington.
Oh, Washington. Oh, Washington. Okay.
But maybe if it's 90 times, maybe it's just as amount. Like as Japan, right?
Wow.
But anyway, they have the title of cherry blossom capital of the world, Macon, Georgia. Another fact is that in Amsterdam, there's a lot of cherry blossom trees too, donated by the Japanese Women's Club.
Nice.
In 2000.
Nice. Wow. Recently. I mean,
it's in a park.
Long time ago.
And all 400 trees have individual names. They name them.
Like,
that's Mike. That's
David.
That's Ray. That's Ryusuke.
That's Ryusuke. That's Yamanaka.
Exactly. But yeah.
Wow. I know because the Netherlands and Japan has some like special relationship. I mean, like back then, the Netherlands
Dutch, they traded.
Yeah.
I think coffee was the big thing.
Yeah. So
another one. Cherry blossom trees are ornamental, so they're just for the looks.
Yeah.
So they don't actually grow fruit.
No. Nothing.
It's just for their beauty and fragrance. Like cherries, they look totally different. So yeah. But in terms of like food, Japan does use Sakura as a flavoring, as a food too.
Yeah, like March, April, you see more like a Sakura flavor of like
everything.
Cheesecake.
I think there is like at Starbucks even. Their Sakura flavor.
Yeah.
I don't know, frappe or whatever, something like that. It's so popular. There's like lineups for it every year. But so Japanese people drink Sakura tea.
Yeah.
That's like dried Sakura petals.
Yeah.
Steeped in water, hot water.
Yeah.
You guys pickle them?
Well, we
salt them?
Yeah. And then we have leaves too. Sakura mochi. How we make obviously the sweet red bean paste, and then the mochi rice, and then wrap with the cherry blossom leaf. So you have the fragrance.
But the cherry blossom leaf is like salted, no? Or like preserved,
salted, yes.
Pickled, something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can
all
eat it.
Sweets, yeah. What is there any savory?
So because of they soaked or like keeping that salt, it's always salty. The flower, the leaf is salty, but that's why it's good with the sweets.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit of saltiness with the cherry blossom fragrance. It's really unique, but I love it.
It's fragrant, but the taste is like slightly bitter. I feel like there's not like much taste.
Yes, yeah, but it's more because it's same as matcha. That's why like some like people here they don't like matcha because it's bitter. But there's a bitterness with the fragrance. So
yes.
you should enjoy the two
like
together. Exactly. Yeah. Coffee. Yeah.
Right,
or
coffee
even
like
tea.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, regular tea.
It's all bitter, right?
Beer.
The color in foods, it's pink and stuff. Do you think they use food coloring?
That's a food coloring.
Yeah, right.
Mostly.
Right.
You don't get the pink color from flower. It's
So
not pink enough.
The petals are edible, straight
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
But the leaves, I think they have to be pickled. I don't think you can just.
No. I mean, like you can eat.
You can, but it'll just go through you.
You don't taste anything.
So that's our fact. Petals are edible.
Yeah.
The next one is that it's the busiest time to travel to Japan during Hanami season.
Hanami season.
People want to see the cherry blossoms.
Yeah,
I bet you
maybe.
airfare drops significantly like 2 weeks after.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you want to go the time, only like short time, maybe.
Hotels more expensive.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There are more than 600 species of sakura in Japan. That's why when you go to Japan, you see like all sorts of colors.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And then slightly different style too. Yeah. Because there's one called Shidare Sakura.
Okay.
It's like more like a curtain.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah. And it's big.
Yeah.
And then
Those are
pink.
my favorite one.
Yeah. It's super cool.
Yeah. But the most common variety is called
Somei Yoshino.
Somei Yoshino.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the standard one.
Yeah.
And that variety only blooms for 1 week. So I think there's other ones that like longer, different time.
Yeah.
But this is the most popular one.
Yep.
We mentioned that in Japan, the Japanese people appreciate every stage of life and blossoming of all nature. But Sakura specifically, that you guys have a name for when all the petals have fell, right? Like the tree.
Yeah.
And that's called
Sakura Fubuki.
Sakura Fubuki is cherry. Fubuki is like blizzard.
Yes.
Or snowstorm.
Yes.
So cherry blossom blizzard. Sakura Fubuki.
Yeah.
And also to call, what do you guys call like when the tree is like bare?
And like you can see the leaves.
Yeah.
That's called Hazakura.
Hazakura.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you guys, I feel like if you have words for it, that means you appreciate that stage, right? Also different flowers. I saw that if flowers have 5 petals, they're called hitoi.
Hito.
And if they have like 5 to 10 petals,
yes,
they're called hanyai.
Hanyai, yeah. Hitoe zakura, hanyai zakura,
And
yae
if they
zakura.
have more than 10 petals, it's called yae.
Yae zakura. Yeah.
Those are like, looks too full.
Yeah.
It almost looks like chrysanthemum.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest sakura tree
Mm-hmm.
is 2,000 years old.
Wow.
The circumference of the trunk is 13.5 meters.
Wow. Huge.
Maybe not the trunk. Maybe that's just the roots. How
That's
could they
the
tell
roots.
that? Yeah, right?
I mean, no, that's the tree. Should be like 13. Yeah. Maybe.
It's in
yeah.
Jisu Temple in Yamanashi Prefecture.
Wow.
Yeah, there's photos of it everywhere, though.
Actually, like close to my house. I mean, like close to my elementary school. We have the sakura tree. How to say the gate?
Okay.
We call sakura namiki.
Okay.
So like both side on the side street, sidewalk, they have trees, and then like you basically walk.
The canopy.
Yeah.
So
we have that by the school, and also there's one huge sakura that's like that was on the TV one time when I was kid, and it says because of it's old.
Okay.
And it's no Somei Yoshino. It's a different species.
Okay.
I think it was Yamazakura or something.
Okay.
And then this tree was like big compared to others. So, and obviously it's so beautiful. Like talking this, I just remember when I started school. It's actually super nice feeling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
running underneath the trees, right?
Yeah. Because all the way, I need to walk the hill all the way up, and then I can get the school. So from the bottom of the hill through school, I'll say like 10 to 15 minutes walk.
Okay. Oh,
all sakura.
all trees. Wow.
All
beautiful.
sakura. Yes.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Sakura, the scent, the perfume of it, is the best-selling fragrance in the U.S.
Oh, really?
So Bath and Body Works has a Japanese cherry blossom perfume, and 30 million units of that perfume are sold every year.
Wow.
So that's the most popular fragrance in the U.S. Sakura. Interesting.
Wow.
Next one. I think it's the last one. I never noticed. The Sakura blossoms are on the 100 yen coin.
Oh.
Did you notice that?
I never
It's
noticed.
3 cherry blossoms.
I need to check.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
You're bad Japanese.
That
man.
Yes. ごめんね。ごめんね、桜。ごめんね。
Yeah. The
Wow.
50 yen coin has chrysanthemum, and the 500 yen coin is tachibana. But yeah, Sakura is on the 100 yen coin. I think it's because it's 3 flowers. It
That's
kinda
why
looks
it's
like
difficult
it's like
to
one,
see.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's all
yeah.
silver. Or
I
whatever.
think Sakura is like national flower.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
100%. No, it's the rose.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember in when I was teaching, I loved hearing when there was a girl's name Sakura. I love that name. It's a
It's
common
not a
name,
lot.
no? No?
Come on, but I don't have any Sakura-chan.
Yeah?
No.
Sachans? No Sachans?
Sa-chan. No, I don't have Sa-chan.
Yeah, Sakura. I only remember like hearing it a couple of times, but
maybe I see for like a dog or sometimes, but I know there's one the famous lady. Her name is Sakura. Yes.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Yeah.
So yeah, that does it for today's episode. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, give us 5 stars anyway. But yeah, we're continuing to take suggestions on episode ideas. We're trying to get around to do all of them.
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoyed this little Sakura information.
Yeah,
session.
and maybe you guys still have chance to do hanami if you live in a little bit of north, you know, and let us know.
Yeah.
You should bring onigiri or bring a bento and then alcohol if you can drink outside in your
some
country.
Japanese beer.
Yeah, and do it. I wanna do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we still have time.
Probably
But
another
no.
month.
Yes.
It's still there's still so much snow outside.
Yeah, we still see snow. So yeah.
All right. So thank you for listening.
Hi. Bye bye.
Matane.
Matane.